A few weeks ago, I was playing basketball on campus with some friends. We had a group of four boys and one girl, and we were playing a 5v5 pickup game against some other students who were all males. The rules were the first team to 12 points would win the game and would stay on the court to challenge the next team in line. Gym was really busy that day, neither team wanted to lose, so we played a really competitive but still friendly game. The game made it to a point where it was tied at 11 points, so the next basket would win. We got the ball and tried to find an open shot. The girl on our team received a pass, and everyone expected her to just pass it again, but instead she took a really deep three-point shot, and she made it. Our team celebrated that we'd won, and we went to go shake hands with the other team. When we did this, one of the guys we were playing against told the girl, "Wow, I didn't expect you to make that last shot." She just smirked and said thanks, and we got right to playing our next game. I didn't think much more about what he'd said until later on that day, but I started to realize that his comment was more than what it sounded like on the surface. He wasn't trying to be insulting, but what he said demonstrated a level of social inequality because it was alluding to the social stratification between men and women in sports, which ranks women lower on the scale of social worth than men. It was obvious that he was surprised by her abilities when he said, "I didn't expect you to make that last shot," and strongly emphasized you because she was the only female on the court. The stereotypes that were associated with her appearance and sexuality created biases that led him to believe that she was not a good basketball player. Basketball players in general are usually tall and mostly African American. Even the image of a female basketball player is similar, since lots of us will think of tall, butch, probably African American women who might even be gay. My friend was none of those things, and she was a small, thin, pretty white girl who was also straight, so she clearly did not fit the image of a typical basketball player, and this was reflected in his comment. The idea of intersectionality allows us to uncover other factors that contributed to this example of social inequality as well by examining the interconnections between multiple socially constructed factors such as gender, race, and sexual orientation. As I said before, she's a straight female who is also white. Each of these factors goes against the typical image of a basketball player, which may have also played a role in why he didn't expect her to be so good. Now, there are social dynamics that exist to normalize or justify this type of thinking. The standards of femininity, which outline expected physical, behavioral, and emotional traits for women, don't match up with the qualities that make a successful athlete. Women are told that they should have a small stature and that they aren't supposed to be aggressive or competitive, while gender ideals for men emphasize just the opposite. The commercialization of these gender ideals through media imaging socializes us to conform to a specific set of societal norms, and if these ideals are broken by an individual, it raises attention and can result in some type of negative sanctions, which was the case with my friend, since her aggressive play and competitive personality didn't match up with her feminine appearance. I mentioned that I didn't think much of the comment at first, mostly because if someone had said that to me, I would think, "Oh, that's a compliment." However, when I think reflexively about my own social position, I realize that if I had made the last shot, it probably wouldn't have warranted any comment at all because my appearance is that of an athletic male. If I had been aware of the implicit gender biases in his thinking at the time, I would have said something witty like, "She was taking it easy on you guys too." Something simple like this would instill the idea in his head that sex does not automatically determine someone's athletic ability. I could have also taken a more serious approach and lectured him about how girls are just as capable of being good basketball players as guys, but they were friendly people who didn't mean to insult her, so it might not have been effective to reply in such a defensive manner. Even though I didn't say anything to him, hopefully his experience of playing against females now and in the future will allow him to see past the gender stereotypes on his own, and he'll come to understand that such seemingly innocent comments insinuate the social stratification between men and women in sports.